We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
What's your home worth? How can you compare local real estate agents? And how do you get MLS listings for the entire country? If you're thinking of buying a home to take advantage of the tax credit or selling your house, you first need to see an incredible website called HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com will help you find a realtor to buy or sell a home. It's so easy, and best of all, it's free. At HomeGain.com, you can compare realtors anonymously, receive customized proposals, see consumer reviews, then select the best realtor for you. Go to HomeGain.com and get an instant home value estimate, view comparable homes, and check out street views. HomeGain.com has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and contains a wealth of information, like their home improvement tool that helps you determine which home improvements to make to increase your home's value. See the top 12 home improvements right now at HomeGain.com. That's HomeGain.com. Look for Max, the orange HomeGain Gorilla, to help you find a realtor or with any other real estate needs you might have at HomeGain.com, your real estate connection.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The New World Order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Nothing more.
So many things going on in the world.
And the private central banks that control our planet have fingers in every nation. Russia, China, Israel, England, Germany, the United States. What is the state of the world right now? More and more talk, a replay of 2003 saying now Iran does have nukes. We've got to go in. Is there really a split between Obama and Benjamin Netanyahu? Where is all this going?
Well, I do think there's a split between Obama and Netanyahu, but we do know now that there's information coming out of the administration questioning the loyalties of some people in the Obama administration, particularly Dennis Ross, who holds the sort of the Middle East portfolio for the National Security Council. But I think he's emblematic of another problem. These people in the Obama administration, like Rahm Emanuel and certainly Dennis Ross and others, what country are they actually loyal to? Who do they support? Do they support President Obama, or do they support Netanyahu or one of his coalition partners like Labor, for example, which is very pro-war, by the way? There's nothing much left about the left in Labor. But certainly what we're seeing now is an attempt to put more sanctions on Iran, through the United Nations, and now there's a report that China is coming around. But I would note that there's now a report that the U.S. may declare China a currency manipulator in the next Treasury report due on April 15th. And if that's the case, we could be looking at a trade war with China, which holds a lot of our debt. And, how's that going to help the situation? We've also had the thing with Google in China. But I think this is all part of a bigger picture about an impending national industrial policy that the Obama administration is creating and may be pushing very soon.
Flesh that out, what you mean by that.
Well, I think what we saw with the Toyota and Honda in Japan was part of this, to make GM or government motors, which the government basically owns, much more lucrative at the expense of the Japanese. Now, then we had the thing with China, with Google. We have this idea that the Treasury Department may declare China a currency manipulator. Now, isn't that rich? One of the biggest influence peddlers in this Obama administration is George Soros, who has manipulated more currencies and crashed more economies, from Iceland to Malaysia to Thailand. He tried to short the pound back in the early 90s. He's doing it right now. And he'll short the U.S. dollar if he has to. And I also have a sneaking suspicion he could make a lot of money if with this currency war between the U.S. and China. This guy belongs in a prison somewhere. I don't know what country he owes allegiance to, but there's a lot of prisons in the world, and I think we could find room for Mr. Soros in one of them.
Shifting gears, Wayne Madsen, is this good news? New York Times federal judge finds NSA wiretaps were illegal.
It is good. Judge Vaughn Walker, of course, basically he's declared the terrorist surveillance program and what was known at NSA as the Stellar Wind. This is what I was told by people inside Justice and the NSA. They knew it was illegal. They knew that the NSA was breaking the law by conducting this. Now we have the federal judge ruling it, in fact, was illegal. The interesting thing is now, will Eric Holder and Obama seek to appeal that decision of Judge Walker? I have every belief that they will seek to appeal that, because the wiretapping continues to this day under the Obama administration, as much as it did under Bush and Cheney.
Wayne, I know you've got to go catch a plane here. We've only got a few minutes left with you. On another subject, we do see some of the so-called left finally waking up and speaking out against Obama. But is that because they want to try to keep some credibility with the grassroots? Obama hiring more lobbyists than anybody, expanding wars, continuing torture, secret arrest, Patriot Act, signing statements. The list goes on with what he's done. The left finding out that Dennis Kucinich, before he flip-flopped, was telling the truth. This is a K Street lobbying takeover by the bank-owned insurance companies, cutting Medicare, Medicaid, while raising taxes, lowering the standard of care. They had a Meet the Press special where they admitted, yes, there are death panels. This will lower cost. I mean, just bizarre. And we have Naomi Wolf, the Rhodes Scholar, coming out and saying, yeah, Obama's bad. We're marching into fascism. What do you see happening there?
Well, I think people on the left are figuring out that they were sold a bill of goods with Mr. Hope and Mr. Change. We got no hope and nothing changed. And basically that's what people are waking up to. Many people look at the Obama administration as nothing more than the third term of George W. Bush. Look at the policies. There's not much change there. It's just a different panache, a different atmosphere, a different smile, better diction, better speeches. But when you look at the policies, especially for the environmentalists right now, they're up in arms over the drilling in the Gulf of Mexico, which Obama's authorized. So he's losing the support of people like the Sierra Club and others. I don't know where he's going to get his support when he decides to run for re-election. I'd be very surprised if people would trust him after they've seen him flip from what he ran on, the rhetoric that he ran on as candidate Obama, and where he sits today and where he stands.
Well, in my opinion, I think that's one of the flip-flops he did that was actually good, because the Russians and Chinese announced they're going to start drilling in those areas. And so now the oil companies are saying, well, we've got our, oligopoly here, but if they're going to get it, we might as well get it. I mean, isn't that really what that's about?